It was a Monday, Nancy Fairley recalls, the first day she and her husband, Patrick, opened Scotland Yard pub in Canoga Park in 1988 to a rousing business, one guy sitting alone at the end of the bar nursing a Budweiser. He was an odd man, Nancy says, just sitting there eyeing the woman tending bar, never saying a word. Maybe they should close early and get this guy out of there, she thought. It wasn't like they were doing a great business. One customer, one beer all night. At this rate, she and Pat would be out of business and back in Scotland in no time. The guy at the end of the bar came back a few nights later, and did the same thing, but now the bar had a few more customers, and he didn't stand out as much. This went on a few more weeks, then he stopped coming in. A few weeks later, the bartender stopped coming in, too. I started getting calls from people asking did I know her? Nancy says. I didn't know if they were bill collectors or what, so I told them no. Then, she calls me and says someone from the Department of Water and Power is going to call and ask if I know her, and I should say yes. I asked her what's going on? Remember the odd man sitting at the end of the bar the night we opened the pub? The bartender said. Well, it turns out he worked for DWP. I got a call from their personnel office saying he had passed away, and left his entire pension to me. Cashed out, it's $90,000. Can you believe that? Damn, Nancy thought, hanging up the phone. I wish he had been eyeing me. She laughs telling the story, which is folklore in the pub. It's good to hear because there haven't been many laughs since Pat passed away this summer, leaving behind a legion of happy people, lonely people, funny people, and, yeah, odd people who sat at his bar for 30 years. Laughing at his jokes, listening to his stories, and enjoying the music he played on his 6-string bass guitar, fronting his band Marmalade. He was the trickster, Nancy says. The comedy face of the group. He'd go to any length to give people a laugh or a fright, making a joke on them. They sold the pub almost 2 years ago after cancer took away Pat's quality of life, Nancy says, but a change of ownership can't change 30 years of memories. After he died, I received an amazing amount of flowers, too much, really, and nearly 200 condolence cards that all said the same thing: no one could ever say a bad word about Pat. He helped everyone. What a gift he had. We lived our lives on the 1-year plan. When we got married we said let's try it for a year and see how it works out. It lasted 55 years. Coming to America, we said let's give it a year, and see what happens. That was 40 years ago. Same for opening the pub. We'll give it a year, we said. We gave it 30. Bartender Martin Bredin, who still works at the pub after 26 years, remembers all the salesmen coming in, pitching Pat their products.